Gee, Neal, welcome back to Jersey.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant to see you, and thank you very much for agreeing to this catch-up interview. What are you doing here this time?
Well, it's good to see you, Neal. You know, looking well. And yeah, we booked in way back in April to come back to Jersey because we've got family here, and obviously we've got family friends and things. So yeah, we booked to come back.
Just for a holiday?
Just for a holiday.
But
I mean a holiday.
but things have well, transpired very quickly since you've been over here. You only come over, like I say, for a holiday. But what has happened since then? You've given evidence to the care inquiry, haven't you?
Yes, but before I came, I think it was about 2 weeks before, you contacted me regarding the appeal, the public appeal, and I was interested in it because I've got nothing to hide from the Jersey establishment or anything. What happened to me in the Greville girls' home was the truth, and I'm prepared to stand before a panel and give evidence. I was a bit shocked at first because last year we came over and we felt it had been, we could lay it to rest. Obviously we don't forget it completely because it's always there. When people ask about your childhood or know you come from Jersey, they will mention the abuse in the home. And but yeah, so it was a bit of a shock to come back and be asked to do an interview. First of all, I was asked if they would send someone to me in Rugby, in the Midlands.
The abuse inquiry, you're going to send somebody to you?
Yes, and I said, well, there's no point because we're coming over. We came over on the Monday and we were started the interview at 10 o'clock on the Tuesday, literally for 3 hours.
Because the reason I contacted you was I was actually at the care inquiry, and a very, very courageous lady was giving evidence, and she was describing the abuse, the whacking of the stinging nettles and everything she took home. And I remember from our interview, she believed that the lady giving evidence that she was the only person who received this kind of punishment, and obviously I knew that you had also. Yes,
the problem there was you weren't all taken down together in the cellar and beaten. You were taken one by one and told you shut your mouth, you don't say what happened to you whilst you were down there. So yeah, you all think that you're the only one that's happened to.
But something good comes. Didn't you have you had a reunion with Violet, wasn't it?
Yes.
You hadn't seen for...
Well, I left Jersey in '58, and it was before then when I left the home, the children's home. I haven't seen it probably 60 odd years.
My word.
So it was great, you know, catching up and yeah, even talking about the home and things that happened. We sang songs that we used to sing about the home, and but it's good that you're meeting up with girls that it's actually happened to, the same thing as I'm talking about or have spoken about in my previous statements. It proves I'm not a liar.
Well, because when we originally done the blog, Voice for Children, we broke the story.
That's right.
And there was a lot of naysayers saying this place didn't exist, this didn't happen, that didn't happen. But you've been wholly vindicated now by this committee of inquiry, surely.
That's right. And I think the thing is, 2 years ago I wrote a book, and I actually voiced in there exactly what happened to me. You know, I've got nothing, as I said before in the beginning of the interview, I've got nothing to hide, and I'm telling the truth in everything that happens. And the book has helped other girls come forward.
It has. Your book did help other girls come forward?
Yes, because really? If I can, you know, because I put my maiden name in there. So if girls thought, oh, and also Neal, when I did the signing 2 years ago,
The book signing.
In the Christian bookshop in the market, girls were coming in that were actually in the home with me, and said what a rebel I was, but still, that's the part.
I don't believe that. No.
Not looking at me, don't. Yeah. And boys were coming in that were actually at Hotel Gren, where one of our brothers was in.
Right. So now, whilst you've been over here for a couple of weeks' holiday, you've looked for records. You've taken the opportunity whilst you're here to sort of look for records and everything up the Jersey Archive. Is that right? Yeah.
Actually, when I come over, I've got quite a volume of stuff, newspaper cuttings that I have, and photographs. I've even got photographs of me when I was in the Westwood Creche when I was 3, and then some in the girls' home. I said, because of wanting to write the book, I wanted all the evidence. Other years I've been able to get quite a lot, and the Jersey Archives have been really good. But this year when I went, they seemed to be a bit offhandish, if I could say that. And they weren't forthcoming in letting me have stuff. I had a little book, and it was from 1935 to 38. Well, I was only 3 then. I wanted and asked for books further on in the years. Sort of was, the guy I spoke to was hesitant, and he said, well, you can't have them because they've gone missing.
They've gone missing?
Yeah.
No.
And I said, why? Because of the public inquiry, they've gone missing. Have the public inquiry people got it? And he said, I don't know where they are. Another book which he mentioned, and I said, could I have? And he said, well, you can if you get 2 girls to approve that you can have the books. All our information is in there.
What 2 girls? What do you mean 2 girls to approve?
That we're in the home.
To substantiate that you were in the home?
Yeah. I got that. But when I went back this week, the book wasn't still available.
So you got the 2 people that you were asked to get as witnesses that you were in the home.
Yes.
You went back and they said, and you still couldn't have it.
My sister Rosa was with me as a witness, and who's on holiday with me, and I couldn't get the books.
Why did they say you couldn't have them after you got the 2 witnesses?
They just said they're not really available.
It doesn't bode well, does it? If
no, it makes me query why all this is being hidden. I got really nothing from the Jersey Archives this time. They seemed very hush-hush and very... I found one guy at the desk very hostile.
So your previous times you've been over here, they've been very helpful and given you what you wanted.
They've given me books, they've given me photographs and done they've sent photographs after I've gone back home that I've ordered, but this year just nothing.
You have given a statement to the Jersey Care Inquiry, and
yeah, so 3 hours plus off my holiday, and the person that did the interview, I felt that he was sort of almost like, oh, it's a bit far-fetched, things didn't really happen that bad.
Really?
You know, and I said to him, actually, you weren't there to have all this punishment, we were.
Are you saying, sorry to butt in, Jean, that do you feel that the person you were giving your statement to didn't believe you?
Yeah, because, well, he told us he lived in Coventry. And when I went, I said to him, look, I can actually give you girls. We gave him girls' names, we gave him all the staff names, we gave him the school name. And then he asked me, why didn't, one of the questions he asked Neal was, when you went to school, why didn't you tell the headmaster? Why didn't you tell the teachers that you were being abused? I told him, don't be stupid. I said, because they were in on it. I said, the matron was having an affair with the headmaster. Vice versa, the staff with the teachers. Then he stupidly says to me, why didn't you tell the children so they could tell their mothers and fathers? I said, that's even more stupid. You know, because I said those children that went to school with us ridiculed us because we were in the home and for what we wore.
So, going forward, you are going to be giving live evidence to this committee of inquiry, is that right?
Yes, I've told them to bring it on. I'm prepared to come over. I'd rather face them face to face rather than do any other way of interviewing and giving my evidence. And but I did say to the inquiry group, why can't you do it whilst I'm here to save money? They said, well, no, we're behind in interviewing people, and so we'll have to either bring you over or do it some other way. I said, I'd rather face you face to face.
Oh, that's good. So, any idea when that's going to be happening? When you'll be giving evidence?
No, not yet. I may ring them before sometime today and ask roughly when it could be.
Well, hopefully you'll be coming over for that evidence, and we can do another catch-up interview.
Yeah, definitely, Neil.
And thank you for this interview. You've been a hugely courageous lady, as have all others who have given evidence to this inquiry.
Yeah, I don't think the inquiry people really understand what it does to us, because you've got to relive it all over again.